Have you ever wondered why the world has so many languages? In this episode of Bible, we dive into the ancient story of the Tower of Babel, a tale that spans ambition, unity, and divine intervention. It's more than just a story. It's a lesson for all of us. Stop scrolling, because you're about to look at humanity in a whole new way. As the story begins, we find ourselves in a time after Noah's flood, a unified humanity speaking a single language. Picture this: a vast plain called Shinar, located in what we now think of as modern-day Iraq. This is where people settled and thrived. Together they shared dreams, spoke words of encouragement to one another, and collaborated on their plans. Unity was their strength, but with unity came ambition, and ambition grew into pride. The people said to themselves, "Come, let us build ourselves a city and a tower whose top reaches to the heavens. Let us make a name for ourselves, lest we be scattered across the face of the earth." They wanted to leave their mark, to prove their greatness, not for God, but for themselves. Brick by brick, the Tower of Babel took shape. Using advanced techniques for their time, they baked bricks and used bitumen for mortar, crafting a structure higher than anything the earth had ever seen. At first glance, it seems impressive, even admirable. But why would this tower be such a concern to God? Now here's the twist of the story. God looked down from the heavens and observed their actions. While their unity seemed like a strength, their purpose was misaligned. God recognized the dangers of unchecked human pride and ambition. The people were building without humility, forgetting they were mere mortals created by Him. They were trying to rival the Creator. So God intervened. But He didn't do so with wrath or destruction. Instead, He chose a remarkably clever method. God said, "Come, let us go down and confuse their language, that they may not understand one another." Suddenly the workers, one by one, began speaking in different tongues. Imagine the chaos on that plain in Shinar. Commands for bricks were met with puzzled looks. Plans to hoist stones fell apart as nobody could understand one another. Their perfect unity shattered, and the ambitious builders abandoned the project, scattering across the earth. The tower remained unfinished, a stark reminder of what happens when human pride overshadows divine purpose. And so, the place was called Babel, which sounds like the word for confusion in Hebrew. At first, this story may sound like a punishment, but in truth, it's a profound lesson. The Tower of Babel teaches us that unity is indeed powerful, but it must be rooted in humility and alignment with God's will. It challenges us to self-reflect. Are our goals fueled by glorifying God, or are they about making a name for ourselves? The beauty of the gospel is that God doesn't intend for confusion to last forever. Fast forward to the events of Pentecost in the New Testament. The Holy Spirit descends upon Jesus' followers, allowing them to speak in diverse tongues, yet understand one another. This moment symbolized that God's Spirit unites what human pride divides. So, what does this story mean for you today? In a world filled with division and confusion, we are reminded to align our hearts with humility. It inspires us to seek God's will in building not our own towers, but His kingdom. The next time you find yourself striving, consider, are you collaborating with God or building apart from Him? And now the question remains, what towers are you building in your life? More importantly, are they glorifying God or glorifying yourself? Share your thoughts below.